All right. So now we are going to discuss some words that were in the book. So if you had read the book, you might have found some words that talked a lot about women who changed the world. So we'll identify the meaning of these words. All right. So let's begin. We'll see what the meaning of these words are. Take a look at the words on the left side and their meanings on the right side. Try to match them. So we'll begin with Jyoti.
Yes, ma'am.
You can pick any word that you can recognize the meaning for. Would you like to try the second one? What do you think is feminism?
A woman who campaigned for the right of women to vote.
Do you think that is feminism, or do you think it could be something else?
It could be empower.
All right. I see why you're saying it could be empower, but it is not empower. Empower is, we say, somebody who's able to take up charge for themselves. You give the privileges or the rights to someone so they can do it themselves. So that is empower.
Ma'am, the last one. The belief that women are less able than men.
Do you think that is feminism, or do you think it could be some other word here?
Feminism.
Look at all the options you have. What do you think is empower? Where you tell someone, I've empowered my children with the responsibility that, they can decide for themselves what they are going to do. So what is that?
To give someone officially. Ma'am, the first one.
You are right. Would you like to read it completely?
Ma'am, to give someone officially authority or the freedom to do something.
Yeah, that is to empower. So here we are talking about women empowerment, so that women have the rights and the authority to take charge of their own decisions, the way they spend their own time, their money, the rights for properties. All of it comes under women empowerment. All right. Well done, Jyoti. Good job. Let's ask Anurag.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to try any one?
Ma'am, I think feminism में connect करेगा the belief that allow women the same economic, social, and political right as men.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Well done, Anurag. What you said.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So here it means that, women should be treated as equally as men do, like have the same rights to properties, land, money, decisions to control their own life, like when to get married, when to have children, what kind of job to do. So all that, and even working in politics as a politician equally, have the rights to be equal rights to be in charge of a country or a region. So yes, beautiful. Well done, Anurag. We'll have Pallavi. Would you like to try any one, Pallavi?
Yes, ma'am. Movement. A group of people with a particular set of aims or ideas.
Very good.
And is that correct?
Absolutely. What you said is right.
Sexism, the belief that women are less able than men.
Yeah.
And
that is what we are fighting against. Yeah. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And that leaves us the
What is the pronunciation?
suffragette.
Suffragette.
Yeah.
It is a woman who campaigned for the right of women to vote.
All right. We say that is campaigned.
Okay, ma'am.
Here it should be campaign. Campaign means, to say women to give a speech saying that women should have rights to vote because of these reasons, that we are equal, that we have the power to decide what happens to our lives. Any decision made by other impacts us also. So that is campaigning for our rights. So we say that movement was called the suffrage movement. So where women started asking for the right to vote, it happened in the early 19th century in some countries, maybe towards the early 20th century in some countries, and maybe towards the mid 20th century in other countries. So in India, when did women get the right to vote? Any idea? In which year did Indian women get the right to vote?
1956.
You're quite close. It is 1950.
Okay, ma'am. 1950.
In 1950, Indian women got the right to vote, but many other countries like Australia and New Zealand had it much earlier. They had it in the beginning of, I think, even the late 19th century. In USA, they had it in the early 20th century. In the 1918, I think they got the rights to vote. All right. Well done, Pallavi. Thank you. So thanks, Anurag, Jyoti. I think all of you guessed the meanings really well. Good job here. All right. Okay. So what you said is absolutely right. Here's your answer. All right. So you can tell me which woman's story did you like the most and why? So we'll answer the first question now. We'll begin with Anurag.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Anurag. Which woman's story did you like the most and why?
Malala Yousafzai.
All right. Could you tell us why?
For children work, peace.
Yeah.
It's a big work.
Yes, that's true. Do you think she also went through a lot of hardship, a lot of trouble?
Repeat.
Do you think she went through a lot of hardship? Hardship means difficulties.
जी ma'am.
Hardship here would be difficulties. So what about Malala inspires you? Why are you inspired by her?
काफी youngest age it's a big work for all world.
Yeah.
So it's
That's very true. She's done a lot at a very young age.
yes, ma'am.
All right, absolutely. And I think she was fearless, right? She was
Yes.
courageous.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we say she's fearless. Another word for fearless here would be courageous.
Yes.
All right, very good. So we say someone who's fearless or courageous, they can stand up to any bad or an evil evil idea or a concept. So they stand up to that movement. So yes. All right, very good. Thanks, Anurag. Let's ask Jyoti.
Yes, ma'am.
Which woman's story did you like the most and why?
Ma'am, I love Mother Teresa.
All right. And could you tell us why?
Because first thing, when she's a Christian, and when she teach students, and upper than her, her head that said, "Don't give anything to the poor; they are down than us." So she is an public worker, and she has inspired me to do everything for the people because people are God for us.
All right. Okay. Very good. All right. She's done a lot for the people that we live with, for our society.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. For the, especially the poor and the needy.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Is she a public worker or is she a social worker? What would you call it?
Ma'am, she is a social worker and
Yeah. Social worker would be right. All right. Well done. Thanks, Jyoti. Good answer there. Let's ask Pallavi.
Yes, ma'am. Which woman's story did you like the most and why? There are many women, but I would like to talk about Savitribai Phule.
Mm-hmm.
Savitribai Phule is the woman who fought for girls' education. In India, she opened the first girl school in Pune, Bidewada, and in 1848, I think 1848, I am right. And so her husband is Jyotirao Phule, who helped her to taught her everything, and then she teaches to girls. Uh, people hate her because she wanted to educate the girls, and uh, people throws stones and all thing. People irritate her and always hates her. They try to stop for open the girls education and school, but Jyotirao Phule helped her, and finally from then girls can take education after that.
Yeah, yeah. All right. I think recently Google made a dedication for her, right? I think a few months ago, I saw on Google that they had this logo of Savitribai Phule for it to
Yes,
dedicate, to commemorate her. Yes. All right.
yeah.
Here, would you say there is also another word you can use for her? You can also say she's a social reformer. She was a
Reformer.
social reformer.
Yes.
It means she changed the way how women use, or women or children didn't used to go to school back then, especially women. So yes, so she did change that. You can also call her a social reformer.
Yes.
All right, well done. Thanks, Pallavi. Thank you all for talking about interesting women there. Fantastic. So now what I would like you to do is you can take turns asking questions to each other. So Anurag, you can ask the second question to Jyoti. Jyoti, you can ask the second question to Pallavi. And Pallavi, you can ask the second question to Anurag. So you can ask them their opinion about why you think, or why they think that women, that we should know about all these women. So Anurag, would you like to ask Jyoti?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
yes, ma'am.
You can say hi to each other.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Do you think it's important for young women to know about these women who have changed the world? Why? Why not?
Yes, I think because they also can change the world by seeing them. Because most of the women does not have much freedom.
Anurag, you can ask her, like, is there, for example, you can ask questions about how they can learn about these women. Where do you think we can learn about these women? Jyoti, where do you think we can learn about these women?
Ma'am, by magazines, by YouTube, by internet, by many things we can see.
By reading books or news articles?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you think we also read them in our textbooks, or do you think we don't read them enough?
Yes, we read them in our books, school books, and everywhere they have.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks, Anurag, for asking Jyoti. Hold on. Pallavi will ask you. Jyoti, would you like to ask Pallavi next?
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
Hi, Pallavi.
Hi, Jyoti.
Can I ask you?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Do you think it's important for young women to know about this woman who have changed the world? Why or why not?
Yes, I think it's important to um, it's important for young women to know about this woman because they can also got some ideas and some motivation to do something new and to change the way the world for women and society. Uh, that's it, ma'am.
Okay. Pallavi, I have a question for you. Like we asked Jyoti before, where we can read about these women. Do you think we have read enough about these women? Do you think everyone is aware of it? Or do you think a lot of people don't know what
No,
we
ma'am.
have done?
People are not aware of that because if someone makes movie, then we watch. Either we don't watch books and all, and there are so many books about this women's, but we don't like to read books, so therefore we don't know, and we just know about a little bit about them, which we have in history books in our school and projects and all things.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Pallavi. Thank you for asking. And what is the singular here? Do you think woman is a singular? Is it one woman?
Woman is singular, ma'am, and it's also plural also.
What is the plural?
Woman, women,
Women.
women is.
Can I say women's? Is it right? Can I say
No,
women's?
ma'am,
It's not
it's
right.
women.
All right. Okay. Make sure you only say women when you're talking about plural form.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Jyoti, for asking Pallavi. Pallavi, would you like to ask Anurag?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, Anurag.
Hi, Pallavi.
Do you think it's important for your young woman to know about these women who have changed the world? Why? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, Anurag.
Ma'am, English problem is today is my first day, so
That's
I
okay.
can't.
Try in Hindi. It's okay. Try in Hindi. You can add any words you know in English. You can use that.
मैम क्वेश्चन हिंदी में रिपीट कर दी
क्या Pallavi, would you like to repeat it in Hindi?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay.
क्या मतलब जो ये औरतें हैं जो जिन्होंने अच्छा काम किया है उनके बारे में आज की जो यंग जनरेशन है मीन्स जो क्या बोलते हैं उसको यंग जनरेशन को पता होना चाहिए क्या और क्यों होना चाहिए.
Yeah.
पास्ट में अगर महिलाओं ने अच्छा काम किया अगर यंग जो वीमेन है उनको अगर पता रहेगा तो वो उससे उससे कुछ और अच्छा काम करने के लिए प्रेरित होंगी तो प्रेरणा मिलेगी उनको और वो उसको यूज कर लेंगी थोड़ा सा और अच्छा काम करने के लिए.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Anurag. Thanks, Pallavi, for translating. All right. Anurag? Anurag?
यस मैम.
Can you say it in a few English words? Try to use a few English words to say it. Okay. So that was a very interesting point where you said women should know it because they are inspired by it. That is what you said, right?
यस मैम.
Yeah, you can say or you can say young women should know about. You can say young women should know about what these women have done so that they become inspired. So इसको हम inspiration कहते हैं. So you can say it this way. Would you like to read this, Anurag?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Read करना है.
Yes, Anurag.
Young women should know about what the women have done so that they become inspired.
Okay. Inspired, you can also say inspired to make a better place for everyone. To make this world a better place. You can say a better place for all. All right. Okay. Well done. Thanks, Anurag. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes, Anurag, do you have a question?
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Thank you. In that case, I have one question about the current, we can say maybe the current times, about what we are going through now. What are the three most important difficulties that women still have? What are the difficulties that we still face every day? And how do you think we can solve it? You can also give us some suggestions. Maybe talk about three difficulties that we face, and then we'll talk about suggestions. So we'll begin with Jyoti.
Yes, ma'am. Now also girls are facing by that you are girl, you cannot wear this, you have to wear that or this. Girls are not allowed to go much outside, and parents also think that girls are not stronger than boys. We can solve by listening to them what are they want to do. And many of the girls are not allowed to study also. But people don't know that girls also can study and they go to the up and do something for them. Girls also help their parents in old. We can solve it by listening to them what they want to do.
All right. So you're saying that parents should listen to their children, the women especially.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think it's only parents who are restricting them?
Ma'am, there are older persons, peoples also who are restricting them.
What can we do about that?
We can take step for that because if we will be weak, so it will hurt us much. If we will be strong and we will don't mind it and we will go in our way, so may it can be.
All right. So do you think it is up to the women to empower themselves?
Yes.
All right. So here you can use the word empower.
Okay.
All right. So you're saying that we should have a stronger determination.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. But do you think we should also create awareness?
Yes, ma'am. We also have to create that girls are also human.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Okay. Thanks, Jyoti. I thought you talked about very relevant problems there. Well done. Let's ask Pallavi next. So yes, thanks, Jyoti. Pallavi,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you think the three most important difficulties that women still have?
Yes, ma'am. The first one is some parents don't allow girls to get higher education. They just allow to get primary and up to 12th, and then they marry. They arrange their marriage, and that they have to force. They forced to have them to marry. And second one is some people don't like their boss as a woman. They hate that women's ordering them, and they have to do that. And also third one is parents not allowing sometimes because of other people, because there are in society some people who misbehave with girls, so parents also don't want to their girls to um, get through that misbehavior, and also they don't allow sometimes some parents, and some parents are really don't allow them to go anywhere, and to don't don't wear anything, means as they want, girls want. And that is, and also in some areas and some villages, there are child there are people who don't want girl child and all, because they think boys can do better and boys are everything. That's
All right. Okay. I think you listed many problems there, not just three important difficulties, but thank you for naming some of them. Here you said there was one point where you said that often there might be people who might misbehave. We
yes,
also use another word for it. We say harassment.
yes, ma'am.
Females or women might face harassment sometimes. So that is the reason why, also one of the reasons why they are restricted. So yes, thank you for naming some of these. But what are some solutions, Pallavi? How can we handle this?
Yes, ma'am. We can teach children in primary, because if children knows at a small age to respect women and don't harassed to women, then they can do well in. Then if they become younger and men, then they can not do misbehave with women.
Okay, they cannot do misbehave or they cannot misbehave.
Misbehave, ma'am. That's
All right. Okay. You can also say they cannot harass. Harass is the verb. Harassment is a noun.
yes, ma'am.
All right. Well done. Thanks. Thank you. I think the session is for 50 minutes or 1 hour. I'm not really sure. But if it's the last hour, I would like to quickly inform you that. So this is a live class that comes with the reading program. You will not only be able to read books, but you can also join 4 live classes in a month where we discuss the book that we read every week. So this week we read about Women Who Changed the World. The next week it will be a different book. So we have 3 levels. We have a